Well, with these type of freezing temperatures, the ice on most lakes is frozen enough to go out and do some ice fishing. Now, Ansley Watson doing a first for her doing some ice fishing this morning. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Vicki. Whose crazy idea was it to go ice fishing in sub-zero temperatures? I'm freezing. I'm going to stop complaining now. Anyway, we're in Gladstone right next to Little Bay De Noc, and we are going to go ice fishing. It's going to be a blast. I'm super excited. Apparently, we're going to be catching walleye. At least that's what we're hoping to do. So stay with us. It's going to be a very interesting and warm and toasty morning. You're reporting live in Gladstone, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
All right, thank you very much, Ansley. You are very brave to do that because, you know, that's the thing. When you head out onto the ice, you have to have the right kind of clothing, and not being an ice fisherman, I hope they have her covered because it's mainly the hands.
Yeah.
Oh, and welcome back. Of course, it takes ice in order for you to get out and do some ice fishing, but there is a little bit of skill involved. So you might be seeing them out on area lakes, out doing at all different times. This morning, Ansley Watson is doing a little ice fishing down in Gladstone. So Ansley, any luck yet?
No, not any luck just yet, but hopefully throughout the morning, we've got a little bit of time yet. Hopefully we'll catch something. But joining me this morning, crazy guy joining me, Jordan Millette. Thank you so much for joining me in this freezing temperatures. Yeah. So first of all, like I said, you're an avid fisherman. You've been doing this for how long?
About 10 years. I started when I was 15. My uncle took me off for the first time, and ever since, just been hooked on it.
You absolutely love it.
I do.
So what we got here, you got all your equipment out here. What does it take to be an ice fisherman? Teach me.
Well, you basically got 2 rods set up with 2 different style baits, and then you have your tip-ups.
What is a tip-up?
A tip-up is it's a set line. You throw some live bait on there, set it down.
Do you have it here?
Yeah, and just wait for it to go off. There's a little flag on it, which indicates the bite. Like, you set it up like this, and then when the fish bites, the flag will pop up, and that's when you know you got a fish on.
Okay, so that's, I mean, just an easier way, I guess. You don't have to hold a pole.
Right, you're allowed 3 lines in Michigan, so we usually jig 1 rod and throw 2 tip-ups out.
Oh.
And that's about it.
So we have also your sonar. What is this all about? I feel like this is really fancy. Do most fishermen have this?
Yeah, this is a hot commodity when it comes to ice fishing. Basically, you throw the transducer in the hole, and it'll read out the bottom. And then you drop your bait down, and you can see your bait and the fish, and how the fish react to your bait. And basically, just try to get them to bite by jigging the bait, and that's about it.
Can you show us? You showed me earlier with your pole. It's quite interesting how you can actually see the line go down. Yeah, and we're standing, this is 26 feet of water underneath us.
It's got a jigging style bait here. You see the bait go down? And there's the bait right there. And when you see a fish come in, it'll look just like the bait.
Okay. Do you see any fish right now?
No, there's no fish down there right now. But
well, hopefully throughout the morning we will get one. I am very, very optimistic. So we're on Little Bay De Noc right now. Do you go to other lakes around this area? Where do you like to go to fish?
I really like fishing Bay De Noc. I have a hard time leaving Bay De Noc as far as inland lakes go, but one of my favorite spots is off Escanaba.
Yeah.
So I like fishing off Escanaba and south of Escanaba.
Now you started a Facebook page for yourself called Hook Set Fishing.
Right.
And you have quite a few followers on there. I checked it out myself, and you get some pretty large fish. What is the biggest fish you've ever caught before?
My biggest walleye is 12 pounds, 6 ounces. I caught that last year, actually. And yeah, I caught a few that were right around the 12-pound range. That's about as big as I get, it seems like it throughout here.
What is the feeling whenever you catch something like that? It's just got to be so exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's just a huge adrenaline rush when they come up and bite, especially on the jigging rod.
Yeah. All right, Jordan. Well, when we come back, we're going to be fishing all morning long, so we can do this, right?
Yeah.
We're going to catch something.
We're going to get one.
We're going to get one. Stay with us, guys. Reporting live in Gladstone, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
All right, try to find a way to stay warm, okay, Ansley? I know out there it's very cold in some areas. The wind is going to make it even worse.
Wind. Yes, burr.
Welcome back. Most fishermen will tell you a day out on the lake is better than a day at work, even if that means you're standing on top of the lake and ice fishing. This morning we're joining Ansley Watson, trying her hand doing her ice fishing, trying to get the catch of the day. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Vicki. Sorry, the wind is totally blowing at everything around. It's quite bitterly cold out here. Wow, Jordan, you're joining me this morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah,
is a cold, cold morning. Do you come out and fish when it's this cold usually?
These are the days I think twice about coming out.
Seriously, what were we thinking?
But I usually do still go.
Well, you've been teaching us a lot, so thank you so much. But we're over by the tip up line, is that what it's called?
Yep.
And show us what you did here.
Okay, so basically we just got a regular tip up. And then we just put a sucker minnow on there, hooked him right behind the head.
Why is that?
Because 9 times out of 10, the fish will eat it head first.
Really?
So that'll help it get good hooks into the fish. And all we just have a split shot sinker, about 1/4 ounce. We'll just drop it down. And basically just set it 1.5 to 2 feet off the bottom.
And how deep is the depth right now?
We're in about 26 to 28 feet of water here. So we just set it down about 1.5 to 2 feet and set it up. And when the fish comes in and takes the bait, it'll just pop the flag up, and that's when you know you got a fish out.
Okay. Well, then moving on to the other hole that we drilled out earlier, you have your fishing pole and your little shanty. Show us how that works.
Basically, just a one-man ice shack. It's pretty simple. All you got to do is basically just flip it over. Turn the heat on and you're fishing.
We need that heat on. Burn.
Yeah, no doubt.
So we're on Bay De Noc right now in Gladstone. Where else do you go out fishing?
Mainly, you can fish up north towards Kipling. You can go down to Escanaba when it freezes up. It's not frozen down there right now, so we're basically subjected to fishing in this area right here.
And right now we're aiming to catch walleye. We've had no luck so far, but that's what mainly is in this lake, in this bay area.
Yep, walleye and perch are the main species we're targeting, mostly walleye, but we do get some perch jigging for walleye.
Now, obviously we're ice fishing right now, but throughout the whole entire year, I'm guessing you fish all the time. You're an avid fisherman. What do you go for?
I go for primarily walleyes. I usually don't try fishing for perch because sometimes you do get perch fishing for walleyes, so I mainly stick to the walleyes.
All right, let's take this shack down here and see. I'm just really hoping for a fish right now, but I think that they are sleeping on us, or maybe they're just too cold. I'm not quite sure. But the sonar, show us how this works again.
Well, basically, you got the bottom. This would be the bottom 6 feet here, and this would be the whole water column, 1 to 26 feet in this case. And basically, you got my bait down there in the bottom. And when a fish comes in, you'll just see a mark similar to this one. And you can switch your jigging presentations based on how the fish react to your bait.
Okay, and we haven't really been seeing too much at all this point.
No, it's been pretty slow so far.
Yeah. Well, what else would you like to say about fishing? It's a pretty interesting sport. You got to be really dedicated, especially come out like this in these temperatures and conditions. What do you like doing about it?
Basically just getting out and enjoying the outdoors is a big part of it. And like they say, like getting there is half the fun, and it usually is. Especially when you're taking sleds out. And when you're out in these conditions, you really got to have the good gear.
Yep.
To stay warm, and yeah, that's about it.
All right. Well, Jordan, thank you so much for being with us this morning, hanging out with us. But we're going to continue fishing, and you guys have a great warm day. So reporting live in Gladstone, Ansley Watson, and we'll be back with more of your TV6 More news after the break.